For almost half a century, every hour of every day, our Royal Navy nuclear submarines have been patrolling the oceans, unseen and undetected, fully armed and fully ready, our ultimate insurance against nuclear attack. Our submariners endure months away from their families, often without any contact with their loved ones, training relentlessly for a duty they hope never to carry out. And I hope, Mr. Speaker, that whatever our views on the deterrent, we can today agree on one thing, that our country owes an enormous debt of gratitude to all our submariners and their families for the sacrifices they make in keeping us safe. As a former Home Secretary, I'm familiar with the threats facing our country. In my last post, I was responsible for counter-terrorism for over 6 years. I received daily operational intelligence briefings about the threats to our national security, and I chaired a weekly security meeting with representatives of all the country's security and intelligence agencies, military and police, and I received personal briefings from the Director General of MI5. For over 6 years as Home Secretary, I was focused on the decisions needed to keep our people safe, and that remains my first priority as Prime Minister.
The motion today, Mr. Speaker, is one of enormous importance to this country and indeed to the wider world. There's nothing particularly new in this motion. The principle on nuclear weapons was debated in 2007, but I think this is an opportunity to scrutinise what the government is doing. The funds involved in Trident renewal are massive, and we must, I think, also consider the complex, both moral and strategic issues of our country possessing weapons of mass destruction. There's also the question of its utility. Do these weapons of mass destruction, for that is what they are, act as a deterrent to the threats we face, and is that deterrent credible? The motion, Mr. Speaker, says nothing of the costs involved, which are ballooning ever upwards. In 2006, the Ministry of Defence estimated that construction costs would be $20 billion. But by last year, that had become 50% higher at $31 billion, with another $10 billion added as a contingency fund. The very respected member for Reigate has estimated the cost at $167 billion, though it is understood that delays may have added to those credible figures since that estimates were made. I've seen some estimates as high as over $200 billion.